Hello everybody, my name is J.A.S, but you may call me Game, and welcome to Prison Architect. Basically, let me explain what's going on. So I said I was originally going to do this after Secrets of Grenada finished, but because of all the crap that happened with Fight the Dragon, hopefully I'll put a little video on the screen that'll link you guys to what happened, which was basically Fight the Dragon apparently does not work with action anymore, and I don't really have any other recording programs. So, there you go. I decided to go with Prison Architect, and it's actually pretty fun. I played it for a couple of hours to get a basic understanding of what I'm supposed to do. So, let's get into it, shall we? So, I'm going to create a new prison. We're going to go large, go big, or go home. Fog of War, we're going to turn off. Basically, this means unless you have guards at the locations, you can't see anything. We don't want that. We do not want continuous intake on, because generally I'm very slow when it comes to these games, and having it all come in at once is not good. I'm going to turn Generated Forest off. You can kind of see in the background here a random world that popped up. I don't really have any actual save games, and that's why you can see some trees. They're generally kind of annoying to do, so I don't want that. We're going to put Generate Buildings on, because this is going to be, it's actually kind of interesting, and that's literally all we need. That's all we need. Literally just that. No failure conditions in case crap goes down. We don't want unlimited funds. No lakes or forests. The lakes are experimental anyway. I do not want continuous intake and no fog of war and a large map. So let's begin. Look at the size of this mother. So what we have coming in are the workers, the workmen. And before I actually start, I'm just going to dictate a few things that I want to do. First off, I'm going to go into planning. What this allows you to do is it allows you to place things, and it won't screw with what you want to do. And basically, what I'm going to do is I am going to essentially design a very simple structure. So what I'm going to do... So how I had it was I'm going to have the entire outer wall surrounded with fence, and then a few things in, basically, and a few more blocks in, I would have perimeter wall, essentially, in this area here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use the planning, which allows you to put stuff down without, you panicking about your workers trying to do crap. Go 1, okay, and 2, so it's just a 2-block gap all the way to the end of here. So 1, 2, and this will just give me a basic idea of how the finished thing is going to be. 1, 2, there we go. So that's the overall walls, essentially. Now I want to build within these walls. So basically what I'm going to want to do is, before I get any prisoners in, we're just going to close everything. I'm going to want to get a few things in, essentially, specifically the administration center and the basic detention center. And basically grants allow you to get cash quickly through an advanced payment, as you guys can see. So if I do this, it'll give me from 30,000 to 50,000 by doing that. And then completing all of the objectives in the grant, you will get an extra bit of cash. And it's basically like missions. So I'm going to take the 2 that I can have, and I'm going to take Basic Detention Center and Administration Center. The rest of these take very long amounts of time, essentially, and I kind of want to have this one done first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head on in, and we're going to have, and we're going to and I'm going to set up a warden building, essentially, in the prison to at least get us started. So what I'm actually going to do is we're going to check what a warden needs. So a warden needs, okay, basically he needs an office room, and office room right here. It needs a 4x4, it needs an office desk, a chair, a filing cabinet, and it needs to be inside. So we're going to set that up. So we're going to dictate objects as the actual room. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That's one room. Now this is the basic structure that would allow this warden room. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little pathway of sorts. And then this entire structure is going to be a individual building. Because I'm going to also have a chief, I'm going to have an accountant, I'm going to have a foreman, and I'm going to have a psychologist. So that's a total of 5 offices that I need. However, I'm just going to have 4 offices in here for the warden, chief, foreman, and accountant specifically. And then the psychologist is going to get it's his own room due to how he works. So let's keep going. So this is a wall, essentially. So there we go. More little structure. And there we go. This is basically how a lot of this is going to go. So this is the general appearance of what is going to be the first building that's put down, which is the warden building, which is the general staff building. You know, the warden, chief, foreman, and accountant. So I'm gonna get these guys rolling on in. So there we go, my little workmen. They're just slowly inching their way down to the deliveries. And I'm actually going to move deliveries at some point due to the fact that this is very low down. And I'm going to start literally up here in the corner. Now, the reason why I did this, by the way, is because I generally did not want to have the perimeter wall be part of the buildings. So there's going to be a little block of space there to at least give it some room. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a nice building here. So an 11 by 14. Alright, and it makes me lose money because each individual block is $10. And then I'm going to set up a door. And we're actually going to have staff doors. Staff doors are similar to normal doors, however, only members of your staff can open them. And we're going to get all these offices set up and running. Actually, we can't because, well, there is basically no area to do that. And we're going to have deliveries be up here. So this way it's all closer. And we're just going to plop down a very crude storage area here. This way, what it'll do is all the deliveries will go here. I know it's very huge. It's going to get tweaked later. All the deliveries are going to go here. And then it's all going to get stored here. So while these guys are getting all the materials that are needed for this building, I'm actually going to set up another building, specifically the utilities building. Now, why do I need a utilities building? I don't technically need a building for utilities, but I generally want to have a spot that works very well for what I need. And what I need is I need 2 things. I need a power station and a water pump station. I need a power station because that's going to provide power to the rest of the facility. And I need a water pump station because I need water in the whole thing. So we're going to set this up. So a power station can be surrounded by capacitors, essentially. So this would be the power station, and these would be all of the capacitors. And water station can go practically right here. So all I need to do is just have this, and it's all done. This building is completely done. Now, I'm actually going to give it a little bit of space because it generally looks kind of crappy, and this way you don't get kind of like stuck in there. So I'm gonna set this all up. So power station goes, oh, it's a 3x3 actually. So I screwed up there, forgetting the size. We're just gonna fix this quickly. I knew it looked a little bit big. And for some reason, it's spazzing out a bit. That's not great. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And this is all the room for capacitors. Ah, yeah. Okay, now I remember. So this will dictate like a pathway, at least. And then we have the other one here, so it can go like this, down to here, and down to here. There we go. I can actually remove this, bring this over a little bit, and have it like that, and have the door here. So there we go. There's that building. So I'm going to set up another staff door right there, and I'm going to place the foundation down. And on the floor, I'm going to get this all set up. So utilities, power station, water pump station, and capacitor. Capacitors basically increase the overall allowance of electricity to your entire building. So once this all gets set up, I'm going to apply power that's needed, essentially. Now, another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this deliveries area. So you get removed. This entire area of deliveries gets removed, and garbage can go up here. And there we go. So that building is all nice and done. So these guys are just moving everything that needs to get moved, and now we're gonna have the cables. So basically, in order to power everything to your facility, you need electrical cables down, and you start with 2. You start with 1 in every sort of big appliance, like the water pump station and this here. So you need to have them connected like that. So they're just going to keep on going and applying all the needed materials. And what I'm actually going to do, because I forgot, is I'm going to put some doors down here. Oh, a little bit difficult to see. So I'm going to remove the planning on this building and this building, because we generally know... Hello? Sir? Right. Oh, okay. Ah, yes. Forgot about that. So, let's get the walls down. And finish up with doors. And I actually will dismantle this really quickly and put it down nicer. This looks like the area for the door. Yeah, it does. Okay. Let me just see how this looks. Locked. Okay. And let's get this normal again. Oh, great. Dismantle this, and I'll just put it there. There we go. Let's just get this all nice and moved. And let's put the rooms down. So I need an office. 1, 2, 3, 4. And another one. Another one. And another one. And in each one, I need an office desk, a chair, and a filing cabinet. So chair, 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 and chair. Office desks now. That. And that. That. And that. And now a filing cabinet. So we're just going to have this like this. And there we go. So all the offices are more or less done. And as soon as I can get a warden down, let's put him here. And now we open up bureaucracy. So I'm going to pause really quick and just quickly put some doors down again. I gotta dismantle that. Now I'm gonna go in bureaucracy. Now bureaucracy it allows you to research stuff. It's kind of like your research tree. And you don't really have much. You have just like core areas like finance, maintenance, education, health, psychology, prison policy, and security. And security's huge, okay? But we need finance. So this guy is going to look at his clipboard and he is going to research finance. Finance allows us to get the accountant. And I'm going to put this door down a little bit nicer. And I don't even know if that's going to work. Okay, it did. Good. So there we go. And that's done. And this is done. So now it's time to build buildings that are truly, truly important. Which are the holding cell, shower, yard, kitchen, canteen, and some hires. I generally do not care about these buildings, so I'm not going to have actual foundations down, but let's see what we need for each. So holding cell, We need at least a 5x5. It needs to be enclosed, surrounded by walls and doors, basically. It needs to be indoors. It needs to have toilets, or a toilet at least, and some benches. So, how shall we do that, you might ask? But before I actually do that, I'm going to have a building down for storage. So, let me just do this.